This is just a question that ran through my mind, so I'll run it by you all and feel free to engage in the comment section. Is there a point where sneaker YouTube becomes irrelevant? Not irrelevant because sneakers aren't dropping anymore. I mean, sneakers are dropping at a higher rate than they ever have. Have you looked at the April release calendar? And I understand a lot of things are being pushed back, there are delays. That's just what we've come to know and experience in this ever changing landscape for sneakers and paying retail to secure them. However, I mean, I look around and I'll be honest with you, full disclosure, I don't necessarily connect or relate to a lot of peers that get every single shoe because, truth of the matter, can you even get every single shoe?
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take the hit and still finish and one.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl TJ back with another video. Talks with TJ, aka TJ Two Shoes Chains, who's wearing a little bit more, wearing four of them. Thank you for tuning in. If you're brand new, hit the subscribe button. I truly appreciate anytime you all hit the like button. That goes farther than you know for any creator on this platform. And then Two Shoes Crew, thank you as always for tuning in. Yeah, the landscape is changing. We all know that. I've touched on that in different videos, and you have a few options with the way the world is today for sneakers because it's no longer like, subculture. It's mainstream now. It's out there, and a lot of people will take part in it without maybe the same emotional connection you and I may have from our childhood growing up and how we connect with sneakers themselves. So you can choose to only pay retail. You can choose to not pay resale at all and just move on to the next shoe. And I know some people hate hearing that, but that is one of your options and what you can do. If you are content and okay with paying resale, then fine. There are a few ways you can go. You can check Suplex to see what is the going rate and secondary market for a shoe you really want in your size and that style and that colorway. You can opt to use Shoe Plug so that you don't have to do any of the legwork. They can do all of that within their network. They secure the shoe and ship it to you. You have options, but we know that, and at least from what we've heard, right, there's a lot of buzz going around that a lot of stores will move away from first come, first serve anything. It will only be through the raffle, only be through the app, meaning pairs that aren't even picked up may go back into the apps themselves. And then what if it does go 100% digital? What if it's not? Now, I get that. You still need those brick and mortar stores. These establishments have reputations. They have rapport built. They are so ingrained into the system itself. I don't know that I would ever see like Foot Locker or Finish Line or Dick's Sporting Goods, because they're really in the sneaker game now too, just going away. So I don't think that's the case. But when it comes to pickups, if it does go more online, more direct business to consumer or B2C, what happens in terms of sneaker YouTube? Like, think about it. It's for me, listen, it's always been a little out of the realm of normal for someone to buy every single shoe. Now, I understand the tactic behind it. This is business, this is entertainment, consistency, volume. If you show everything, you have an audience that's not narrow, it's broad, and that's smart for you as a creator. So I applaud creators whenever they choose to take that route. But as an average everyday viewer, are you buying every single shoe that comes out? Like, do you like every single shoe that comes out? That's always my question. Do you like every single shoe that comes out? I don't care what brand. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see everybody buying every Puma that comes out, okay? I do see people buying every hyped Nike, every Yeezy, every Jordan. Yeah, that's exactly what I see. They're buying all of those. So for every single shoe within those categories that come out, are you really intrigued by every single shoe? Does every single shoe feel like a must-have or it's a need for your collection? If it is, cool. For the average person, or at least for myself, it's not. There are a lot of shoes that I like it. It looks good. It's not a need. I don't need to go pay my money to add it to my collection, especially not full price. So you'll have some creators where that's their lane and that's what they do. So every single shoe they'll show to you. Again, I feel like there's a disconnect there somewhere. Now, it's smart because no matter what, if you were ever on the fence about a shoe and they choose to show every single shoe, you can go to their channel and find out what that shoe looks like on foot, materials, up close before you spend your hard-earned money on that shoe. But if it moves to where you as a everyday consumer that you're not making, this isn't content for you, right? Think about it. For a creator, even if they spend more on a sneaker, even if they spend resale on a sneaker, they're monetized. They can write that off at the end of the tax year. So they are receiving a benefit for having spent more. Like, don't let that totally leave your head. Yes, creators, give them credit. A lot of times they're having to pay resale for something, but even if they're paying resale for it to show it to you early, consistently, week after week after week, they're writing that off at the end of the tax year. So it's not that they just had to eat that. They're going to write it off against the money they earned to try to balance it out so they don't owe taxes for that 1099 form they're going to get from YouTube. That's just like one little thing I wanted to throw out there. But if they have the shoe, they're buying every single shoe, it's for content. So they may have to go to the end of the earth to make sure they secure this shoe, or you just pay money. Honestly, you can get any shoe you want. You just have to be willing to pay whatever the going price is. But you as the average consumer, you just want the shoe, and I get it. You just want it for retail. So if you're not buying it for content, then it may not make sense for you to try to go jump through all these hoops and ladders to get a shoe. So then if you're watching someone who always just has every single shoe and you can't get any shoe that's not the most basic of basic shoes, does it become irrelevant then, like the content being made for you to then watch? And again, I'm asking you as the viewer, as somebody that doesn't create content. I'm not asking myself or those that are in my shoes, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't necessarily go watch every single review on a sneaker that comes out unless it's a sneaker that I don't see a lot of people doing reviews on, or maybe I love the camera work and the production quality of a video by a creator and their team, that then I'll go and watch it. But I'm able to go read Sneaker News and Sneaker Bar Detroit and a lot of other outlets to make my own decision if I want the shoe or not. That's just me. So I'm asking you, the viewer, does it become irrelevant? Okay, I liken it to HGTV, right? So you watch HGTV, and I don't mean like the fixer-uppers, because that's something you could absolutely do in your home. And I'm not saying $1 million home is outside of anyone's reach, because it's not. But once you creep into 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6, 7, 8. Once we creep into those higher valued homes, right? The mini mansion homes, and it doesn't really have to be a mini mansion, truth be told, depending on the area you're in, like California or New York, you're paying that amount just because of the location you're in, not necessarily because of the amenities, the square footage, and none of that, which is why I don't think I could ever really live in those places. But does it become like watching $1 million homes or $1 million listings, where you watch it strictly for entertainment, not because it's realistic for you anymore? And if something is no longer realistic for you, is there a point for you to continue to consume it? That's just the question that ran through my head, especially with it being a Saturday, which is typically a release day. So please sound off in the comment section. Truly appreciate you guys. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace out.